Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm going to run you through how to create a wonderful little box on Fusion 360. First of all, we're going to click this Create Sketch button, and we're going to click on the bottom plane here. We are then going to click the two-point rectangle tool and click in the center. Move your mouse up to the right, and what I'm going to do is, while this is being created, okay, I haven't clicked anywhere, I can punch in some numbers. I'm going to make this 150 millimeters wide, and then I'll press Tab and jump to the other box, and then 200 millimeters long. You can make yours whatever size you want. I wouldn't do any smaller than 100 in terms of either of the dimensions, and I wouldn't go any larger than 300. But if you want a bit of creative license within that, go for it. Next step, I'm going to press O, bring up the offset tool. I'll click on my rectangle, move this cursor in to the inside of my line, and I'll notice that my numbers turned into a negative. Yours might be different. Check that. Make that either a negative or positive 19, as long as it's on the inside of our other lines. Press OK. And now we're going to zoom in. Press L, bring up your line tool. Click on this corner, move the mouse roughly down a little bit. We could actually put a dimension here if we wanted to. Why don't we? Let's make it 9.5 millimeters, and then we want that vertical. We're then going to click on that point again, move to the left, the right, sorry. Click one more time, and there we've got our rebate modeled in. Next step, I'm going to be a bit lazy. My line tool is still selected, so I'll press X. That will turn on the construction mode. I'm going to move my cursor along this line until a triangle pops up. I'll click on that triangle. Moving my cursor down to the opposite line here, I'll click, and now we've got a center line. I'll do the same thing over here. So moving my mouse along, triangle, click, move, click. Wonderful. Now what I'm going to do, come up here to the mirror tool. I'm then going to select the objects on a mirror, which are these two lines. I'll then select my mirror line, change the selection tool, and I'm going to click on this line. Now I'll press OK. I'll bring my mirror tool up again. Again, selecting the objects I want to mirror, which are these two lines. Change my selection tool, and I'm going to use this line. Boom, done. Finish the sketch, press home. You can see that we've got the kind of like floor plan of our box laid out now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press E. We're going to extrude these two walls by clicking on these profiles, and we're going to make it 70 millimeters. Make sure that's set to a new body, which it will be, and press OK. Open up the sketches folder in your build tree and click on the I next to sketch 1. I'll press E again, and now this time I'm going to click on these two little end boxes. I'll click on the top of one of my walls, and it will automatically join it. Now I'm not going to click OK because I don't want them joined. We just made two new bodies, so we need to make them as two new bodies. Change the join to a new body, press OK. Wonderful. Now I'm going to rotate my view. Now you can do this by grabbing the view cube. We want to look at roughly at the bottom. So I'll press E again, and I'm going to click on all of these shapes now. And I'm going to make that go down, and it's negative. So I'm going to go negative 4 mil. Change that from join to a new body. Press OK. Turn off the sketch because we don't need it anymore. And now we've got a little base on our box. I am orbiting by pressing shift and holding the wheel of my mouse down, but you can just grab the view cube. Okay, back to this top view. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch on the end of our box. Okay. To pan, you can click the hand tool, move this in a little bit so it's more centered if you like. You can also double click the fit tool, and that will just zoom it into the center, which is very handy. Because if you're like here and you're like, oh, ugly, boom, then zoom out a little bit and you're pretty well centered, which is always nice. Okay, we're going to press P, bring up the project tool. P, click that corner, click that corner, click that OK button. Now we've projected the corners of these objects into our sketch, meaning we can reference them now really easily. I'm going to click the two-point rectangle tool, clicking on this point, moving my cursor along, and I know that's going to be 150. So what I'll do is I'll do 150 in that box, and this box, by pressing tab, jumps across. I'll type in 19. Press enter. That is correct. Now what I'll do is I'll grab my line tool, And I'm going to grab it, make a line roughly here, down, nice and make sure it's 90 degrees. If it's not, I'll show you what to do. And I'll do another one here. That one is 90 because I see the little constraint popped up. If it's not 90, click the horizontal vertical constraint button and then click on the line. It will move it to the nearest either horizontal or vertical position. Okay, now I'm going to go create arc, 3-point arc. I'm going to hover this line and I'm going to move down until I see triangle. Triangle, click. I'm going to move my cursor all the way to the other side, find the triangle, click. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cursor up until I hit this line and find the triangle and click. Now, oh, that's actually quite good. All right, we're going to press D, bring up the dimension tool, click this line, move your cursor, click on this line, move your cursor again, click again. This one is going to be 50. So press enter. Same with this one, click this side, click this line, click, move your mouse, click again. This is going to be 50 as well. And now we've got 3 little pieces of wood. Finish your sketch. Press home. Okay, now what I'm going to do is extrude. I'm going to click on this little section and this little section. I'm then going to rotate my view by clicking on that corner of my view cube. And I'm going to click on the end of my box. Okay, change that operation from a join to a new body. Press OK. Wonderful. Come over to our build tree, turn on Sketch 2, press Extrude again, click on this section that we haven't extruded yet, click on the end of your box, change the operation to a new body, press OK, turn off the sketch. Wonderful. Now, let's make it pretty. I'm going to press on the front view, or just look at the box sideways. I'm then going to go to Modify, Appearance, and I'm going to, you might have to click on, you might be in Favorites or some other random tab, but if you click Fusion Appearances, come down to Wood, open that up. I just clicked the little download icon next to some of the colors that I wanted, so I wanted some bamboo and some mahogany. Now what I'll do is I'll click and drag from the bottom right to the top left. Make sure you do it in that order because otherwise it won't select properly. It'll go orange. We want yellow. So click here, move up. I want to get to about halfway up my box and let go. I don't want to have the top part selected. I'll grab my bamboo light semi-gloss or whatever color you want for your base, and I'm going to drop it into that area. I'll then press home, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll grab my bamboo and I'll drop it into the, I might go this one, and I'll do this one. Cool. I'll then grab my mahogany, drag it on that one, and I'll press close. That's it. You are now finished the box. Well done. Now you can make your own if you want to. Goodbye.